Welcome to Positive Living with LoLo. I am LoLo, and today I wanted to talk about positive living through community and charity work. I have someone special that is committed to giving back in their own special way, and that would be Coach Jerome Nelson, founder and program director for Hoops for Life Elite Basketball Academy in Cincinnati, Ohio. He is a 2018 Urban League YP Honors Award recipient for Greater Southwestern Ohio. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So you've been coaching and training basketball for 6 years across the Greater Cincinnati area.
Mm-hmm.
You're a professional basketball skill development and sports performance coach, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have directed 2 basketball programs from the Bottom Up Elite Skills Training in 2014,
Yep.
in 2015, and Hoops for Elite Basketball Academy, which was founded in 2016.
Yep.
All right. So tell us more about that.
From the bottom up, it started out in North College Hill. We started out in the gym. It was me and 3 of my partners actually, and we just had the idea to basically offer kids a program that taught kids how to play basketball position-wise. So we all played different positions. So we filled out each position, and we'll be able to offer kids to come in and be able to receive like private training and group training based on the position, and they get to work with different position coaches. That didn't seem to work out, but I still had aspirations and dreams to still training and doing, youth training, youth basketball training. So I started up Hoops for Life Elite Academy, which is something I started with a good friend of mine, Steph Johnson, and we kind of had the same vision to try to help kids and basically through basketball, just mentoring, personal coaching, and private training, just developing kids. And through that, we started to realize, we can really affect and help the culture of basketball and helping kids try to get to college through basketball. So when a lot of people ask, like, well, why you start Hoop for Life, or what's the meaning? Hoop for Life is basically just a name we used. Not a statement about hooping forever, but just a statement about using basketball to help you get through life. So, so that's why I started Hoop for Life, Elite Academy. You got any more questions on that?
Yeah. So as far as the basketball, how did you get into basketball? Did you always play basketball?
So that's a good question actually. Starting off, I actually played football growing up, and my stepdad actually had a vision for me to play basketball because I was a tall kid growing up. I actually was 6 foot in the 6th grade. A lot of people don't know that. Like I was like 6'1" in the 6th grade, so a lot of people thought I was gonna be like 7 foot. Apparently not. You know what I mean?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3", so I stopped growing in about 7th grade.
Okay.
But long story short, my stepdad, he was killed when I was 11. I always held on to him wanting me to play basketball and using basketball to help me through life. And I think when I think about it now, how far it's brought me, that was basically the message that he left me before he left. To basically use basketball when I felt lost, because a lot of times, I felt lost without him. You know what I mean? Me and my real dad, we are actually working on our relationship now, and it's growing, and I'm thankful for that. But back then we weren't that close, and I think that was an issue between him and my mom, that something I really can't speak on. But for whatever reason, my stepdad did fill in, and he did step in for those 11 years of my life. And he really did help me grow more in those 11 years than I could even be thankful for. And I didn't realize that at first. It took some time to really grow. And I guess since then, I understood what his purpose was in my life, and I've used that to kind of just gravitate my life towards doing positive things, and especially through basketball, because that's what he told me to use, even when I was against it, when I wanted to play football, if that makes sense.
I'm assuming he grew up playing basketball.
Yeah.
Was he a professional?
No, he wasn't a professional. He actually was like a street baller, but everybody knew him. He actually, his nickname was Shaker Man, because of the way he played on the court and the way he moved. And I remember growing up, going to watch him, you know, play with my little brother, and I remember like, dang, Shay got moves, like Shay got moves. And then one day he told us in his car, he actually had a drop top. He saw us taking my brother in, he had a drop top. And one day he's like, we was like, Shay, you got moves on the court, like, and he's like, that's why they call me Shay. Like, oh, we didn't know that. That makes sense. Like, we never knew that. But yeah, so that's why they called him Shay. But yeah, his impact on me and in my life has been so great. And it's crazy because people always say, you know, those people that you lose like that, they're always with you. And it's funny that all the times I thought, you know, I wish Shake was here, I wish Shake could see, and it's like he's been all over it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And now finally getting to grow and getting to see that, it just makes me want to do more.
Right.
As far as like with Hoops for Life and helping kids, and that's what I've just been doing. I've just been using whatever platform I've been given through. Whatever reason, I take that platform and I try to just work it, and I try to help people through that platform, and that's what I've been trying to do, help people. So just going forward, I guess, just with Hoop for Life, I'm just trying to expand it right now and offer it to more kids, so that more kids have the opportunity to learn and get developed, and to be mentored and to be coached, and just have a family, a sense of being a part of something greater than themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What ages do you work with?
So I work with, that's a good question as well. I work with, I guess about the youngest kid I've worked with is about 5 or 6 years old, all the way up to professional athletes. I actually have coached at Princeton High School, I've coached at Aiken High School, I've coached at Miami Hamilton University. I'm actually doing a lot of the player development specialist kind of for the ABA team, new ABA team, which is the Ohio Kings. They'll be here 2019-2020 season next, fall. And they'll be playing probably at Cincinnati State, but that's not confirmed yet, but they'll be a pretty good organization that I'm running right now, as far as helping them get players and find the right players and help players basically get skill development. And we're trying to use that platform is semi-professional. We're trying to use it to help kids, young men, I should say, get overseas or get to a higher league, as far as NBDL, which is like the development league for the NBA. It's called the G League now. And then even the NBA, if we come across somebody that good, you know what I mean? But it's a new platform they're trying to bring to Cincinnati to basically help this give us a boost, at least in professional players, because Cincinnati and I feel like Ohio, we lack getting a lot of those top talent players, because I feel like a lot of times we're not competing and we're not in the gym as most a lot of other places. And I like to tell my parents, I like to give them an example. Actually, one of my mentors gave me this example. You gotta think about, like, in Cincinnati, we a lot of people say we're a football or a different sports city versus basketball. So a lot of parents think they can have their kid be serious about basketball, but have them train like, let's say, 1 day a week versus some kid that's there 4 days a week. So now you just, that 4-to-1 ratio is what's killing us, because coast to coast, kids are in a gym, you know, every day. So now we're 4-to-1 with our kids, and that's where we're lacking at, and that's where Hoop for Life comes in, because we're a year-round basketball, high competitive, high elite organization. And I believe if we can expand that and across the city and bring that competitiveness and have kids learn how to just be better basketball players through discipline, through focus, and just being coached up, and at the same time being loved enough and understand that people support them and encourage them, or the people that are supporting and encouraging them really doing it for their better of them, and not just trying to win games, you know what I mean? So that's why I didn't make the team focus of Hoop for Life. We do have teams and development teams. We will have some AAU teams in the future, but everything that we do is going to be basically to help kids get to college. So it's not going to be so much AAU tournaments. It's going to be more like showcasing combines, getting kids right in front of college coaches, like trying to get kids on college campus for elite camps that colleges have each year. Parents skip these camps each year. They take their kids and put them in $825 AAU teams. Not that I have anything wrong with playing AAU, and I don't like any AAU program. Some of them are doing an amazing job getting kids to college. But what I'm saying is, if most kids start learning how to play individually and learning how to play the game, understand the game, and do that in a way where they're getting in front of college coaches, you won't have to spend $800 for your kid to sit on the bench, and I pay $800 after the season. You feel like you feel less.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you'll be better off if you're that parent taking your son, and maybe some of these showcases they won't fare well, but it will be a lesson. You'll understand what your kid wants to do. Like if this is what you want, you're gonna get in the gym. If it's not, then you'll see that kid take a step back. Playing on a team won't allow you to do that because you got buddies, you develop great relationships and friendships, and sometimes you're just on a team because your friend is on a team.
Right.
And that's not what it's about. You know what I mean? Especially if some of these parents get upset and they spending $825 for a kid to play AAU. You know what I mean? So
with your program, are the kids, how big are the groups of kids that you train at the same time?
Okay, so depending on how many coaches that are there at the same time, I like to say 15 to 1. So 15 kids to 1 coach. All my coaches, or all of our coaches, are all like high professional coaches that played college basketball at some level, or they've played all the way up through high school at some level, and they have a good feel for the game or sports or on some level, because sports are all related. As long as you're a high level athlete, you went up until you played hard. Most coaches understand that, and they understand that culture, and they understand how to help kids get to that point. What I do is, and what we do is, in skill developing, we try to keep the groups short and small, so that they can receive that focus. Getting the groups too big, I feel like it becomes a money game then. Right. You know what I mean? And that's not to knock and say, coach, but it's just hard to give 30 kids your attention. It's hard to see 30 kids. Right. But the 15, I could break them up, and I could see where all the kids' skill level were at, and I could see different drills, what kids are weak in, what, like 15 kids, that's a good enough amount of me. So for a coach, I feel like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So where are you guys? You guys are in a specific location right now, or?
Yeah. Yep. So we're actually located at Sports Plus, and that's in Evendale, Ohio, on Redden Road. Okay. So we're doing a lot of training there. As far as group training, I'd say through over the last year and a half, I've been at about 5 different gyms, just trying to find a home, I'd say, and just trying to find different kids and help different kids. You know what I mean? Not sticking to one demographic because this is where I'm from and this is where I'm been. I'm trying to go around and help as many kids as I can and help as many people as I can, and hope people see the vision and want to come along and continue to just try to grow this thing out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you take kids from any school?
Yeah, I take kids from any school.
They just got to be able to get to the building where you guys are at.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. So when I first met you, you were working at Share Harvest, and you were doing the coaching with Coach Steph still. You guys were at Princeton though. And your whole, you were dead set on, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna do basketball full time. But you had no idea what that looked like. So that was a big step, but it's amazing to see from there. That was 1 year ago, actually 11 months ago, because I met you in January of this year, I guess. So from 11 months ago, going from I'm gonna quit my job that I'm doing full time, this is how I'm, taking care of my family right now. You went through a lot of things with your car and all of these other issues as soon as you were deciding to quit. So can you tell me a little bit about that whole transition from Share Harvest into, following your dreams into this? Because that Share Harvest is very purpose-driven job to this, which is also purpose-driven, but how did you, one, get into Share Harvest, but two, how did you give that up for this, and what kind of battles did you face, in doing that? Because every time we really go after what we feel like God is leading us to go after, that's when really the enemy starts to attack us.
That is.
And so every time we really we step out on faith, we're bound to hit storm after storm after storm. So can you tell us a little bit about those and that transition?
Yeah, that's yeah, you hit that right on. You hit that right on point. That time for me was a very, very tough time. When I say tough time, I've been through a lot, but a lot of what I've been through have been circumstances where they're uncontrollable or circumstances where I had no choice but to get through. You know what I mean? This time, the choice was on me to make a decision that you're gonna put yourself through a tough time here. You know what I mean? And understanding that it made it a tough decision. Shared Harvest was a place that helped me grow. It helped me grow. It was a big part of, it was connected to Who for Life, I believe, because I couldn't do Who for Life without going through Shared Harvest first. And Shared Harvest was directly connected to me because of what I went through growing up, just being a kid that needed and had to go to, we went to the free store. We had to get food sometime, you know, we've been to shelter, like we been through some things, so those people, they came in there and they got somebody who understood them, and they got somebody that wanted to be there, you know, and that cared. And I believe that job was very purposeful for me to understand that piece so that I could give it to the kids that I'll be eventually touching. And that piece showed me how to run a business. It showed me how business are ran. It showed me the things that matter really when you come to running a business, so that one day when I do run a business, I don't forget to give back. You know, don't make it to where you forget the people you know, that I was once like. You know, I was one of those people that needed Shared Harvest. You know what I mean? So God was showing me the give back, so I'll give back when I get to the top, because that's where I felt like it was leading me to. You know, and I felt like when it was time to go for Shared Harvest, I would know. And I believe I got to a point where I could no longer grow there. Like, where if I stay here now, I'm being content. Yeah. I'm being content with the salary. I'm being content with the hours. I'm being content. Right. Just content fully, and I couldn't be content. Right. You know what I mean? Because then I would be letting the people down that God needed me to touch. Exactly. And so for me, it was easy because I knew what I was going to do. It'd be hard if you like, hey, what I'm going to do after this? That'd be stupid. But I knew he was leading me to something greater than you know just staying at Shared Harvest. And I love that place, but it was time to expand. Right. That's all it was. So when God says time to move, you move. You know what I mean? So yeah. So
what are some like battles you faced, like the car and
yeah? So just the different battles going through that time. I just remember like literally like you said, just battle after battle, and most of the battles were just like trying. You know, they were trying. You know, and it wasn't like it was this problem's just financial or just emotional. It was all over the place, like a storm, like a tornado kind of. You know what I mean? And I couldn't just grasp why everything was happening at one time. You know, and why, I don't know how I continued to push through, but I understood like through that time, if I continue to get through this, like he gonna lead me to this, he gonna lead me to this, he gonna lead me to this. So the perseverance and all of that came with just hope and faith that if I can get through this situation, such as you know, my car being vandalized and broken down, and I'm eventually losing my car because wanted to pay $3,000. I'm like, $3,000? No, take the car, have the car back. Like, I'm not, I can give $3,000 to my daughter. Like, I can get a new car, and that was a tough decision because now I'm putting pressure on my family. You know what I mean? And I feel like that created it created a rift, you know, amongst my family. You know what I mean? But I knew as long as I could keep going, if I could keep going, I'd show them and they'll see that it wasn't necessarily me making, you know, like bad decisions. It was a part of the story, a part of the journey of what's to come.
Right.
And I believe this next step going through Hoop for Life is going to show everyone what all of this was about, what the storm was about, and just looking back on the storm, just thinking back through that time with just trying to get through it. You know, like having a new daughter, and then you know, having to still, you know, try to provide and still, you know, go out and train, and it was a whole learning experience. And I think the experience part of it was what I gained strength from.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like the more experiences you have, the more times you can fail, the more times you can say, I've been through this, and that's the more times you can have success. So a lot of people dodge that feeling and dodge that confrontation of trying to dodge, you know, just going through a storm. You can't dodge the storms.
Right.
You got to go through them so that you know exactly how to get through them when another one comes, because they're going to continue to come. So.
That's facts. That is facts. And I always talk about, like, my biggest thing that I preach on is appreciating that storm when you're going through it. Mm-hmm. And also allowing God to know that you trust him in that storm.
Yeah.
Because he is leading you to, like, these greater things. And I'm really happy to see you, like, even though through everything you're so focused on your why, mm-hmm. and you're so focused on making sure that you make a difference, that, like, nothing is going to stop that. And I think that is just amazing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. That's it's really nothing. It takes nothing to give up. Mm-hmm. You know, it's so easy to give up, and it's so easy to decide, like, this just really isn't worth it, and it's taking too long. I don't have the money, I don't have the time, my family is on the line. Mm-hmm. But when we, like, really go through that storm and come out the other end, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and then
there's so much light.
The effect you have, and when you're watching the effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in the beginning it's just you.
Yeah.
It's just you, and you start with a vision, and you share this vision, and you look crazy. You look crazy. I mean, you look crazy with this vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you have people who you expect to share the vision with you. You expected them to instead of saying, you know, oh no, you know, that might not. Instead of saying that, you expect them to uplift you. Right. You know what I mean? They uplift your vision, like tell you what to do, tell you how to go. You got a lot of, I don't know what gyms to go to. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how. It's a lot of non-support, so it's easy to lose. It's easy to lose the vision. It's easy to drop the vision.
Right.
So it gotta be a greater purpose. Money can't be the purpose.
Right.
Money can't be the purpose for life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't understand that. I think a lot of people think the more money they get, the more important you get. No, people value what you do, and I think that's what I've held on to the most, because I'm not doing this for the purpose of money, and it's enjoyable to make money while you're doing it, but to leave a legacy, a real legacy, you have to affect and have change, and you have to really bring a new culture, and that's where I'm really trying to change the culture of Cincinnati and basketball. A lot of people will say what they're doing and what they're doing. I'm not really concerned with what anyone is doing, like, at all. I have no ill will against it. I root everybody on, and I wish the best for everybody, but my goal and my purpose for why God has me here, I have to go and do that regardless of what and who's coming and why. I just have to continue to push, and I think having that mindset makes it easy, because I don't get caught up into anything. All I care about is those kids that's coming there, whether that's 1 or 30, they're gonna get the best coach, JD, and that's every day, and the parents see that, and the parents value that, and that's what's helped me. That's what helped me win the Urban League Award for young professionals amongst great Southwestern Ohio, and that's a prestigious award that I really hold high, because somebody saw me do something, and they awarded me for that, and I truly appreciate the Urban League and winning that award for 2018. One of the 7 recipients, 7 great recipients, I'd say, and that has really just uplifted me because it gave me a new fuel and a new confidence to push forward, and that people do see and that you are making a change. And within that change, it's like I'm like full throttle now, like with trying to touch every kid. So now it's not just about one demographic, it's about any and every kid that I can try to help.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that effect, it doesn't matter how good a kid is to me anymore. I'm not trying to train elite kids no more. I have no care what level you bring a kid to me in, or what they have done or what they haven't done. All I care about is where they go from the moment they meet Coach JD or meet the Hoop for Life coach at all, and where we take them to and how we took them there, because that matters too. It's not about getting there the fastest way, it's about getting there the right way. You know, the right way. And that's as long as we can do that, these kids, they'll come back and they'll do great things.
What does positive living mean to you?
Positive living to me is making change. Not making change just for yourself, or not just making change for things you do, but making change within yourself and within the people around you, so that we all can go out and try to help each other. It's enough to go around. I just believe that people they don't see the bigger picture. There's too many non-believers, and I believe people with making change attitudes, they live positively because they can see the bigger picture. And I believe those people are the people that's supposed to draw the picture for the people that can't believe or the people that can't see. Because it's not that they don't believe, it's just that they haven't been shown. Right. And so that the more that the believers can come together and not see the smaller picture with the ones we're supposed to be pursuing, that's when the thing can really grow out. And I believe that's what God is doing for me and with me right now. He's helping me, and he's using me to bring people together, and not just people, but like kids too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not just the adults, bringing us all together in a way where a group of people can help a young group of people attain something, and they can keep it going. And that's literally what Hoop for Life is. It's literally something that's about helping and continuing and making change, and keep it as the continuous cycle. There's a lot of vicious cycles out here. We're just trying to start a new one and build a new culture, and make that thing chasing scholarships, or have scholarships chasing us for sure.
Right.
And whether that's in academics or whether that's in athletics, we don't mind. We're gonna give you the character piece. We're gonna give you the skill development piece. We're gonna give you the sports performance piece.
Right.
We're gonna give you the awareness. We're gonna give you the ACT and SAT academic counseling piece. We're gonna give you every aspect to what you need to be successful, and that needs to come in the form of whatever you can do. Not for me, it's Hoop for Life, for whatever. If it's cooking, if it's washing clothes, whatever God puts you here for with a gift, like find your gift. Right. Use your gift. Don't shy away from your gift because you don't like it, because God may push you to what you like by using your gift for him. So
right.
Yeah, that's positive living.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Where can people follow you at?
So people can follow me on Facebook, Coach JD Nelson, or you can find me on Facebook as Hoops for Life Elite Academy. You can find all of our coaches there as well. On Instagram, Coach JD Nelson as well. And we also have a Hoop for Life Elite page, and that's on Twitter too. So Coach JD Nelson.
Okay, I love that. And for anybody else that I feel like you're good to reach out to if you just need somebody to talk to as far as like coaching in general in life, what leadership looks like.
Yeah, you can definitely reach out to me, and just touching on that. I'm actually in the midst of writing a book that's going to help and encourage, motivate young athletes, called Fight Adversity, and it's basically just going to be small stories that help athletes in maybe a similar situation or something they can relate to. It gives them something to relate to, and it's not like a Bible, but stories that they can see, that they can relate to and grow from, and see what I did to get through that, and try to figure out their own way. And it's going to be called Fighting Adversity, and you can look for that within the next year or so.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's really exciting. I admire that too. You're all around an awesome person. Thank you so much for having me. yeah, thank you for being that change. That's important. So I guess that's it for today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.